Whereas we believe that public education is a pillar of our democracy and at the center of community life. Whereas we believe in the common school is envisioned by Horace Mann as a public institution that nurtures all who live and work within its boundaries, regardless of race, ethnicity, religious beliefs, LGBTQ plus status, or learning ability. Whereas we believe that taxpayers are responsible for funding such schools, that funding must be equitable to adequately address the learning needs of the community, and that taxpayers have the right to know how these funds are being used to educate the children that these schools serve. Whereas we believe that such schools should be accountable to the public, that citizens have the right and responsibility to elect those who govern their schools, and that these schools must be governed by locally elected school boards. Whereas we have become increasingly concerned with national efforts to privatize public education, with the removal of the governance of public schools from the communities that the schools serve, and the moving of the governance to private and appointed boards, religious institutions, and nonprofit and for-profit corporations. Whereas we believe that treating our common or public schools as an educational market is in conflict with the mission and vision of public education. Whereas we believe that the large number of charter schools in Michigan, 285 districts with 363 schools, approximately 1/3 of the local education agencies in the state, schools that are not governed by elected boards and as such are not directly accountable to the citizens of their communities, is a threat to democratically governed community-based schools. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Michigan State Board of Education calls for and supports state legislation that includes the following. 1, review by MDE for approval or denial applications of new, replicating, or expanding charter schools after consultation with the local district in which the charter will operate. 2, the transformation of for-profit charter management organizations to nonprofit charter management organizations within the state. 3, full and complete transparency in all financial matters related to revenue and expenditures for charter management companies. 4, charter schools must comply with both the Open Meetings Act and the Freedom of Information Act. 5, the publication of detailed management contracts and detailed education management organization, or EMO, expenditures by function on the charter schools' websites. 6, the requirement that charter schools and their management companies follow all bidding laws and regulations. 7, the requirement that no students be excluded from attending a charter school, discouraged from enrolling in a charter school, or encouraged to disenroll based on behavior, academic achievement, disability, English language proficiency, family status, or living situation. 8, the prohibition of charter schools refusing transfer students during the school year if the charter schools have available space. And 9, strong encouragement that all charter school teaching and administrative staff increasingly hold certificates as opposed to short-term permits, and that those employees who are working while holding temporary or emergency permits are encouraged to become fully certificated.
So we have a motion, we have a second. Dr. Robinson has read it into